Came to catch the show. Tyson and Levi are the names of your host. Who the next guest is, I really wanna know. Conversation escalating, let's get to the show. Who's ready for the weekly buzz?
The ranching community is the poorest set of millionaires you've ever met.
American Prairie Reserve takes away our future.
They wanted to buy our land, change our traditions, and disregard our communities.
Everybody knows that we're in the land acquisition business. We're very transparent about that.
A lot of ranches are barely hanging on.
Feels like a ticking time bomb that someday it's all going to catch.
The Real Yellowstone.
We are live. Welcome to the show.
Hey, man. Welcome to the Weekly Bus. We got Tom Opre. He's joining the show. He got a new documentary coming out. We got the Real Yellowstone. Everybody likes to watch fucking Yellowstone, right?
The TV show.
Everybody wants to talk about Kevin Costner and all this other crazy shit, right? Well, we got the Real Yellowstone on. We got the man who's sitting with the fucking ranchers, sitting with the people who represent who? Montana, us, the people who like us. So let's get into it. Let's get into it, man. Tom Opre, baby. What's happening, buddy?
Come on.
It's cool to be here in GF, man. It's cool to be here. So we're gonna have a good night tonight.
I think so. I absolutely think so.
Dark outside. Nobody knows what we're up to.
Mysterious.
So.
People are
talking about UFOs.
We're just talking about
UFOs.
We were.
Yeah, no. So we got a new movie tonight. We just had a screening in Great Falls.
Hey, man.
And last night we're in Helena. We had a packed crowd in Helena.
I'm gonna be honest with you. So I showed up and I was like, "Where's your people at?" He's like, "Just give me a minute. I came back and that fucking theater was full, dude.
Yeah.
It was.
They all came at one time. It's like
they showed up. I showed up early for once in my life. I showed up a little early, get a few shots. Nobody was necessarily like he was sitting there chilling. He was sitting in the car.
Some directors.
I'm not even joking. I said, "Is this Tom?" He's over sitting there. He's all like, "Yeah."
Well, y'all gotta remember, this is 12 nights and almost in a row I've been doing this. And
Congratulations.
I have been on the High Line from Glasgow all the way down to Salmon, Idaho.
Let's talk about it, brother.
You
actually were in Helena.
Hold on.
Yeah, we were in Helena last night, and then we were in Butte the night before that.
But as far as Helena, you were packed.
Yeah, it was off the charts. It was
awesome. No, tell me about it.
Myrtleloy. I mean, no, we got a lot of people from Helena during the film.
Yeah,
and so we got this really cool theater called the Myrtleloy. It used to be a jail. And they turned into so it's really cool.
I'm not familiar that much with Helena.
Yeah, so you don't really want to hang out.
He's not familiar.
Stop by Brandel.
We're all
Printing.
flathead boys, right? So
I stopped by Brandel Printing and Staggering Ox. That's about all I need from Helena.
Yeah. Well, when I was young and dumb, I was sitting out in the Rialto, and so that was my own hangout back in the days. And so before I got married, I had kids, but. Yeah, no, we had a great group of there. View is a little bit different, View is different, but
you've had reception.
Well, no, we were in Lewistown 2 weeks ago.
You've been busy,
and we had 200-seat theater.
Yes,
we sold 60 tickets in advance.
That's before you even started.
That's just as we kicked it off.
And you had a fucking line.
It was crazy. So we had 60 seats sold. 10 minutes before the film starts, I'm separating couples.
Yeah.
Because all we have is individual chairs left.
That is crazy.
And the county commissioner goes, "Hey, you need to go outside." Now walk out into the lobby, and it is packed, shoulder to shoulder. I'm like, where are we going to put all these people? And I walk out the door, and there's a line down to the next block. There's another 100 people out there.
Yeah, no, that's not a joke. Dude.
Yeah, we had to open up a second screen there. Luckily, we could do it.
It looked good.
Yeah,
It looked great.
And we had 300 people.
Well, let's go, dude.
Yeah, it was
that's
crazy.
Awesome.
So that's been cool. I mean, we're getting ready to go to.
Well, let's get into it, though.
Well, yeah. Okay. So what do you want to know? What do you want to know?
Wait, where are you going next?
We're bringing you on.
Okay, so where are we going next?
Hold on.
All right.
Okay.
Where are you going next?
So I'm gonna go home tomorrow.
Well, okay.
I've seen my wife.
Which is where?
Yeah.
The Flathead.
Let's go.
That's our home too. That's actually our home.
Shout out to Flathead.
All right.
Sea Falls is home, but so we're gonna go there. Wednesday I gotta go down to Whitehall.
Okay.
All right, we got the Star Theater there. So if that wants to come down.
Great.
Gonna go. And then Sunday we're in Whitefish at the Central School there at the Whitefish Performing Arts Center. About 550 people we can get in there.
Okay.
And then we go on the next Saturday, the 23rd. We're in Bonners Ferry, and then on the 24th we're at the Wilma.
You're a big deal. You're a big deal. So I know
I'm not a big deal.
You're on the way though. You're on the way.
On tour, and he's modest. Like he's very nice and he's been humble. But let's be honest, you got some big attention here.
Well,
you got Ted Nugent. He's fucking mentioned your documentary.
Yeah,
and it's important.
Go ahead,
especially
100%.
for Montanans. For people listening, this is important. This is land ownership. This is hunter ownership. Let's talk about it.
Well,
what is your documentary? What is the Real Yellowstone dealing with?
Actually, can we take a even further step back? Who is Tom
Opre?
Let's go.
Yeah. All right.
Gotta give it up.
I'm just a cameraman, guys. I've been carrying a camera since I was 19. So, but no, I just was really blessed to grow up in a family where my dad was an outdoor writer. He wrote for Outdoor Life and Field and Stream. So if anybody's ever heard of those magazines. And, I just got to see a lot of do cool shit. And ever since I was knee-high to somebody's
Meaning what, though? You pick huckleberries? You do...
Well, no. I mean, my dad was a hunter, right? So he took me hunting when I was 12 years old. And, we went bow hunting. And my dad wanted me to go hang out the eve
Were you
of my
a rancher?
first... No. I live in the.
I
live in the countryside.
You're a Montanan.
Yeah.
But I'm a Montanan, and I don't look like the person that you see on TV. You don't look like the person you see as a Montanan, but we're very much Montanan.
I don't look like anybody on. I might have a cowboy hat on, but I don't look like. I don't look like.
You look Montanan. You look Montanan.
Let's just say Tom looks portrayed better than most people.
You're the Yellowstone.
Montana, though.
You're the Yellowstone, right?
I just happen to know a lot of ranchers and hang out a lot of ranchers.
There you go.
I know how to build fence.
Hell yeah.
When people think of Montana, they don't think of me or Levi.
Yeah, but we
know what I'm saying? But they do think of you.
But we have people again. You guys live in the city, right?
We are the Montana city. Yes, absolutely.
So and most of Montana is not rural anymore. Most people live in cities, in towns.
Our
population is city bound.
Yep.
Okay, but we have a huge state, and this is what we like to represent.
Fourth largest state by geographic size.
And they don't get us. Yeah. They don't understand Montana. They don't even understand Montana as a culture.
Well, it's complex.
So we're being lied to. You're right.
It's
Yellowstone lied.
Well, so I watched the first couple episodes of Yellowstone, and I got to be honest with you, after about 2 or 3, and they're talking about, they were actually using the names of
Zoom up on this, because I want to hear this shit. This is good.
They were using the names of people that I know. And, my friends aren't taking people to the train station. We're not having cowboy and Indian wars. We're not killing people and rustling cows. But it's all Hollywood, right?
It is very political.
Yeah.
Well, let's get real. Let's get real.
Everything's political, right?
Yes.
And everything's complex. If we're going to get into it, we'll have to get into it. We're not quite there yet.
No, but we'll get
Tyler,
there.
we're not there yet. We got to build the story up. We don't want to give them the damn.
You can't give them the biscuits.
You can't give them the bag, man. You can't get them down.
Very fair. But as Montanans, you're absolutely correct. We are kosher. We love each other.
Well, yeah, but the thing about Montana, and I talk about this tonight when we did a little panel discussion. We had some ranchers up there, and we had a state senator talking from here. And
you probably should mention him and go ahead and give him a shout out because he did mention he stopped into your viewing. He didn't have to, but he did.
No, we invited him.
Oh, but he did show.
But they have to, right? If they don't,
do they?
Well, we asked the governor to come yesterday, and he didn't come either.
There you go. That's my point. That's my point right there.
I was like,
all right. So wait a minute. So
let's give him the shine.
Let's
give him the shine.
So the movie. It really what I saw was that, there's all these people. So we do these films. This is the third one in a series.
It's been great, by the way.
Yeah. And so the idea behind it is that we've got all this urban population in the Western world who don't understand what land stewardship or land stewardship. Yeah.
Yes.
Or wildlife conservation.
All right. So stewardship. So for people who do not understand, as far as my audience means, it means controlling something with care. It means that, yes,
taking care of things.
Yes, I own it, but I'm willing to give it to you under the understanding that this is how it's going to be. That's stewardship, okay? So a lot of motherfuckers who are retarded who listen to my show, listen to what I'm trying to teach you now is that when we say stewardship, it means that.
Well, but it's even like where does your food come from?
Well, you got to be smart. Teach these motherfuckers,
so,
bro. Not everybody's smart.
So your food comes from the land.
Right.
Without the land, without the soil, we don't exist.
Sure.
As a species.
Yes, sir.
Very much true.
Your food comes from somewhere. Hey, guys, I talk to people all the time, and people are like,
so
do we have to kill animals? I don't know. I mean, raise your hand if you have.
Wait.
Wait a minute.
Can you ask me this and ask him that?
Hold on.
And we'll answer with you.
Okay, so well, I'm just saying.
That's a good question.
Film
that is a
festivals,
super good
question.
question.
So let me just go to this. Let me go to this question to ask both you guys. You ever bought a McDonald's Happy Meal?
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Okay, right. A little toy in it.
Yes, sir.
Okay, let me explain something to both of you. There's nothing happy about a Happy Meal.
Facts.
Do you understand me?
There's
nothing happy about a Happy Meal.
That,
I don't care if you got the cheeseburger or the chicken nuggets. You paid someone to raise and slaughter an animal to feed your kid.
Facts.
And without the deaths of over 60 billion and 1.4 trillion T.
It's a lot of money, people.
Yeah, it's not money. Yeah. Animals. Number of animals. Without the deaths of that.
That's even a better. That's a life.
Dude, and it's annually. That's UN data. Without the deaths of all those animals, which we eat to survive,
okay,
humanity ceases to exist, my friends. Like, look what happened in COVID.
Right.
All of a sudden, the grocery stores don't have any food.
Weird, and Montana became important.
Yeah, we talked about that earlier. All of a sudden, all these suckers come here, right? Because we didn't shut down.
I love that. We talk about that often, actually. Montana became suddenly important.
We've seen 20 to 30% increase in our population.
Absolutely.
Because of COVID. People flee in the COVID
every year.
And it hasn't stopped.
Yeah. Well, I think it's slowed down a little bit, but May 2020, we never shut down.
Though?
Yeah, well, we were seeing. So like
the influx, sure, but has the idea stopped?
So where you guys are from and where I live in the Flathead, 2022, I had to get a new driver's license.
Okay.
It expires, trying to get a new one. Behind the lady at the desk, she's got the American map with push pins in it, where all the people had come from.
Oh yes, okay.
To apply for a Montana license in Flathead County.
Yes, and no, that actually has been there since I was in high school.
Yeah, well, this is new every year they do it.
Yeah.
So she told me, if you looked on the West Coast, there was no place to put a pin. She was telling me that between 5,000 and 5,500 people a year were changing their licenses from California to Montana and Flathead County.
Yep.
I actually believe that.
You talk 3 years of that, 4 years, you're talking 15, 20,000. In our valley, we only had about 105,000 people before COVID.
So
now we have like 130, 40,000 people.
Right.
People that have been with us.
Flathead County.
When did you graduate?
It's the fastest. Yeah, it was the fastest.
I was 07. Yeah. I was 07, and I'm also a Flathead kid. And we're also, he's Glacier, I'm Flathead, same valley.
Go, Pack, go.
Yeah, I got 3 kids in Glacier High School. We
didn't have a second high school,
though.
When I was in high school in 07, there wasn't a second high school. It was the most sardine-packed high school in history.
The greatest athletics of any high school in the history of Montana.
Actually,
stream, see how it looks.
We were packed. When I said I had 2,300 kids in my class, I really did. You know?
No,
we really did.
Kalispell needed a second high school for sure.
It was sardined in there, and for you to say that, to come out and say like, yo, we brought that over here, but we also are trying to adjust to it to the same time is an open state of mind, bro. And you don't fucking hear that very often. So what is the cure for your cause of influx of people?
Well, I mean, people were leaving. So like I've got, my youngest is 11. So,
sure.
So we're at the sporting events. So soccer games, whatever. And there's new families, right?
Yeah.
I love the sports flex up there though.
Yeah.
Yeah. So do I.
So we're sitting there. And I'm like, hey, you're new from here, And of course, as Montanans, we talk to people. We look them in the eye, right? You walk down the sidewalk and you say, good morning, good evening. How are you? You dip your head up.
You wave,
I have to stop now and say, you're not from here, are you? And here in Montana, we say hi, right? And so, I literally sitting there at these sporting events and I'm like, so, hey, where are you from?
Yeah.
Digging in the dirt, California. I'm like, oh, okay. So why'd you move here? COVID craziness?
Yeah.
Because all the crazy regulations and shit there in California?
Sure.
And I'm like, who you vote for? Trump?
Mm-hmm.
This is not the normal California, granolas that we've seen historically here in Montana.
And be proud of who you vote for, motherfucker.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm going to be on here because I'm proud of who I vote for. I didn't vote Trump twice. The first 2 times I said, fuck no, bro. I said, I don't think you represent anything that we did. The second and third time around, the guy convinced me.
Yeah.
He convinced me. You know what I mean? And I think that you should be proud. If you vote as a Montanan, I don't give a fuck if you're Montanan. I don't give a fuck if you're American. Be proud of who you stood for.
Yeah, Ty hated the Byron.
I didn't support it. I was highly against it.
Vote. Everybody vote.
You be proud of who,
vote.
yes, because you have a voice. If you have a voice in America, you should be proud to use it. And I'm there with you right now as a Montanan. I'll be proud to fucking say I didn't go either way. I went way the opposite because I know what Montanans wants. I sit here with Montanans. I sit with senators. I sit with governors. I sit with fucking the people. Cool. I sit with these people. I listen to these people. I understand these people because I'm a Montanan. I'm not ashamed to admit who I voted for, and I did vote Trump this time.
Yeah, well, everybody needs to vote. I mean,
I think it's important.
But you guys got to remember, you guys understand it here in Montana. Before all these people came here, though, we didn't vote. These people moved here. They vote party line. No, they vote party line.
Yeah,
and they're all voting for Republicans since 2020.
I don't know, because we had a pretty strong Obama Democrat state at the same time.
Obama didn't win this state,
but he got fucking close, and he almost took the state.
But he didn't win the state.
But he was there.
And with our 4 electorals,
let's talk about it. If you want to say about it, we were there.
Yeah, but you got.
We were talking about 49-51. So we're not talking much difference.
Okay, but we're talking about now.
Yeah.
Okay, so
and
not
even I voted
2008.
And I'm proud to say that
so
I voted differently.
I'm talking about now.
We're back now.
In the last election, Republicans won every single statewide race by no less
than
than 6
So you can say
points.
that's an American thing, not a Montana thing.
No, I think it's a Montana thing because it's all these people I was talking about moved here.
Yep.
They all changed their politics because
that actually is super fair.
This is my point, is that we've always been a center-left state. Because the turn of the century, we had all the mining going on, right? All the miners were unionized. They all voted Democrat. But we've always mostly had Democrats, either senators or congressmen.
That is absolute fact.
You know, Rankin, the very first woman congresswoman.
It's absolute fact. You don't have to lie to us about this. We know this. We've talked about it.
I'm not lying about it.
Yeah, no, we know. You don't got to convince us. Is what
I'm not trying to convince you, but I'm trying to say the reality is that all these people, they're voting for Republicans. But my point is this. Yeah. We are a state that are fiercely independent, and we always used to vote based on who the person was,
it's
not
purple.
Their party.
That's what I'm saying. We're purple. We vote on who matters.
But it doesn't matter anymore because all these other people vote party line.
Side note:
so where's the
talk
tier?
politics.
Yeah. Well, I don't. Well, hopefully hopefully we're still small enough people can go see and meet these people.
I love that.
I mean, that's the whole part of it. So at the end of the day, get to know them.
I knew there was a reason why I wanted to bring you on because honestly, I fucking agree with you.
You got to. I mean, at the end of the day, it's about the people.
You're smart.
We don't need this freaking silo mentality of these people on one side or the other. Because that's not how we live.
So let's get into your documentary. Because I think your documentary covers a lot of.
I think let's run the trailer one more time because we got people in here now.
Can we? Let's do it. Let's run the fucking documentary trailer.
The ranching community is the poorest set of millionaires you've ever met.
American Prairie Reserve takes away our future.
They wanted to buy our land, change our traditions, and disregard our communities.
Everybody knows that we're in the land acquisition business. We're very transparent about that.
A lot of ranches are barely hanging on.
Feels like a ticking time bomb that someday it's all going to catch.
The Real Yellowstone.
No.
Hey, if you guys like that, give us a like, comment, share, and also go to Tom's page, Tom Opre.
Opre.
Not
to be confused with a grand old.
How'd I say it wrong? Hey, I've been killing it on last names. You guys got to give it up. You know, I've been killing it on last names.
We shared a lot of times, bro. Hey.
But yes, please drive the algorithm, help Tom's word get out there. Because the Real Yellowstone is going to go live. What, next weekend?
August 15th.
There we go.
We're going to have a digital cinema event. We're doing this film tour right now. Every week, every other day, I get another theater asking me to come do it. We're getting calls from all over the country. I'm actually going to Scotland and doing one on August 9th.
Awesome.
If they ain't fucking grabbing you, then they're idiots.
No, this is awesome.
Where's that? The reason why the weekly bus grabbed you at all is because what you're saying is fucking truly important. If we didn't feel that way, we would have told you to fuck off. Like we wouldn't.
Well, you couldn't do that because I didn't know who the fuck you were either.
That's my point. That's my point. We didn't care. You know what I mean? Yeah. But we do care now because what you're saying, it matters.
Like-minded people, man.
Yes,
we're like moths to a flame.
Scott, here we come.
Scotland.
Dude.
Yeah, I did a film that came out last year called The Last Keeper. There is a bullshit war going on in Scotland. It's haves versus have-nots. It's landowners against city people.
The same thing?
Yeah, so
really?
It's kind of familiar, right? Not completely different. I mean, their problems go back to William the Conqueror in 1066. It's feudalism, right? They never had a revolution like we had. So
our revolution was G. I love our revolution, man.
Well,
I
like the fact that we threw the yoke of King George off, guys.
Thank you.
And you're talking to a guy that has a couple great grandfathers that were officers in that Continental Army. So I'm all for having all the wonderful things we have in this country.
What made you make this documentary?
Well, there's this huge disconnect in urban society. People know where the food is. They don't know what conservation is. They don't know anything about the land or the people that take care of it.
You said that actually. You said the motherfuckers that have dirt in the fingernail.
Yeah.
So I wanted to bring that up. What was your dirt in the fingernail? You know what I mean?
I don't know. Running around just tens of thousands of miles, like chasing after these guys while they're trailing cows for 12 miles. Trying to figure out how to keep, get the right shots.
Is that just living in Flathead and dealing with the right ranchers?
No. I've been here most of my adult life, and so I know a lot of these people. Some of these people I've known for 20 years.
So at the end of the day, you just got tired of sitting back, and you're like, I got to put awareness on this.
100%. So about 8 years ago, I started a nonprofit called the Shepherds of Wildlife Society, shepherdsofwildlife.org.
I've seen that, yes.
And the whole purpose of it is to reconnect our modern urban society with nature. We want to get a social buy-in or social acceptance of modern conservation. We understand that, the reason why you have, birds in your bird feeder, deer and turkeys in your backyard, but it's all because of conservation.
I love that. I love that. So give me your fucking definition of conservation.
Conservation is the wise use of a natural resource. Gifford Pinchot coined the word in the late 1800s. He is one of the founding fathers of the Boone and Crockett Club. He is the father of the National Forest Service.
So what do you represent then, as far as Montana, I believe?
Well, I think here in Montana, we have all this wonderful land, and we have all this wildlife, and we've got great rivers and streams, and we have this incredible life here because we're attached to the land. Even when you live in the city, you want to go and see this stuff. You want to go huckleberry picking, or you want to go out
I'm going next weekend to be honest.
Exactly. And there's lots of huckleberries, by the way.
I mentioned it.
We've been hammering huckleberries.
You a huckleberry picker?
Big ones, this big, right?
I was like, thanks to our dad, bro. We got the best. We got the best spot in the nation.
Dude. That's a big deal.
I got a few top secret spots too.
Tom, I can't tell you where I'm going next weekend. Just know that I'm going to the best spot in the world, baby.
Hell yeah. Is that true?
Very true.
I think we might too, dude, because I don't know if that's... Is that after Rapid?
Just after, yeah.
Yeah, I think we're all going then.
So conservation, wise use. To be a conservationist, you have to physically conserve. It's not a state of mind. It's not an emotion. It's your act.
So I guess my main question here right now is: are you standing up for land owners, or are you standing up for the state of Montana?
I'm not standing up for either one of them. I'm a journalist. I'm trying to give people information from as many different angles.
Okay, so that's where
you can make your own decisions about what you think is right and wrong. Because there are people that have agendas. There's a lot of people, and some of those agendas aren't very good as far as what the end results are.
Are you being paid by AIPAC? Are you paid by Israel? Are you paid by anybody?
No, we have a little nonprofit. We've got individual donors, and of course, with these film tours, we sell tickets, and all the money goes.
That's important to know. Yep. That's super important to know.
No, I once when we started posting some stuff, of course, we deal with some pretty controversial issues. One of them is this American Prairie, right?
Okay, I just want to ask about AIPAC specifically.
No, I don't have anything to do with AIPAC.
You've never had them approach you concerning Montana lands and ownership rights?
No, nobody. So. But I don't. But the thing is I'm a journalist, so my goal is to be, tell the story from as many different sides. Because here's the deal, guys. If you want to make something that's truly going to educate and inspire people, if you want to move the needle with the decision makers, the politicians, you can't be producing propaganda.
No,
right. You got to put
in the middle.
You got to naturally pull them heartstrings.
Yeah. If you don't, then you're a fool.
And we're trying to give rural people, these stewards of the land, give them a voice. Because they don't have a voice.
We'll run you over if you don't fuck with us. That's how I feel about it. In the media, we don't give a fuck what you believe. because we're going to run you over anyways, because we're going to hear the voice of what actually is being heard.
Yeah, but most media, though, have an agenda.
But we're not pop media, though. That's the beauty of us. The Weekly Bust? Who the fuck pays us? Who pays you, Levi?
Media, content, our sponsors.
Our
people
very
that believe
select
in us.
people.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And you know what? 99 of those people that pay us are out of Montana.
That's right.
So we have to consider.
Speaking of going
Montanans.
Speaking of going at different angles, we actually got a testimonial live right now.
Whose is it?
Ted Nugent.
The Real Yellowstone is the best I've ever seen that conveys that message of spiritual connection to the earth. No one has done more work to benefit clean air, soil, and water and wildlife health and balance than hunters, fishermen, trappers, ranchers, and farmers. What you're doing is you're promoting the purest of instincts, the primal scream of man's calling, balanced nature. I think that's what your wonderful movie documentary is going to deliver. Get on this. Spread the word. The Real Yellowstone should be played in front of everybody in the world. God bless you. The Real Yellowstone is the best I've ever seen to deliver this truth about nature and our responsibilities to her.
Let's go.
What led to him saying that?
Well, like I said, I grew up in a pretty blessed family, and that my dad knew a lot of people, and Ted was a family friend. So when I was a little kid, I used to go out and shoot ducks with him before school in the morning.
Oh, so you hung out with Ted?
Well, I don't say I hung out, but I was a kid hanging out with my dad, and he drugged me along.
There we go.
Cool.
That's cool.
And we used to get tickets to, he had this concert every New Year's Eve where he'd start shooting flaming arrows up at targets up in the rafters with all the, tens of thousands of people, and we'd get backstage passes and stuff.
Cool
and so,
shit, man.
but yeah, no, he's the real deal. He's an outdoorsman. He's a hunter. Thinks the same thing I do about a lot of this stuff.
No, he's actually super outspoken.
Yeah, 100%. And so I
he's
called him up.
He's usually Democratic too.
Yeah.
So
well, and I called him up and I said, "Here's the deal, man. I got this thing and I need some help, Ted." And he called me and we talked for about 45 minutes. And
what's his stance on all this then, as far as Republican, Democratic stance?
Well, you're gonna have to talk to Ted about that. I don't know what his political stance is. You got to get Ted on.
If we ever get the opportunity, I'd love to question about it. But as far as your stance goes,
well, you heard him talk about the film. He thinks it's the greatest thing since sliced bread. So it's awesome to have somebody give that kind of deal and say, "Hey, this is awesome," because he's got a whole group of people out there.
So a lot of
huge audience.
So a lot of people who don't know what the film is necessarily about, right?
So
what is your target here, and what is your message?
Yeah, so basically the message is to give a voice to these real people so that that message can go to these city folks, right? These urban people, so they understand what's going on. But also not only the urban people, but some of the 200,000 or 300,000 people who moved into our state in the last 5 years.
Yep.
So you got to understand how, let's face it, guys, you guys are from, you know the gate rule, don't you?
Yeah, I think
you come up to a gate and it's closed. When you go through it, you close it.
Damn right.
If you come up to a gate and it's open, you leave it open. What's the moral of the story? Leave it the way you fucking found it.
Better, right? When you go camping, you got to leave it better.
I was an Eagle Scout, so you always got to leave things better. Back then, I was back when the Eagle Scouts were.
But if we can get it back to base, we'll take it. But if you're raised in Montana, you're raised to leave it better.
Yeah. I've had people say, "Hey, how can we go back?"
Pack
right?
in, pack out.
Yeah, but how can we go back? And when I first got here, the speed limit was safe and prudent.
Sure.
Okay, that's what the sign said: safe and prudent. Mm-hmm. Then I would go down. I lived outside of Helena, so I go down to Helena, get on an airplane, and I pull my truck up to the curb, leave the keys in it, running, go take my gear in, and check in on the airplane. No security, no nothing. Get back in my truck, go park it in the parking lot there next to the airport, the terminal. And when I come back a week or two later, there'd be a little envelope there on my windshield.
Yeah.
And I had to write the days that I was there, and I put $2 a day in the envelope. And on the way out, there'd be a steel pipe where some guy took a torch and he cut a slit in it, and you'd stick the envelope in there. It was the honor system.
There we go.
I don't think we're going back there.
I don't think there's honor anymore.
I don't think we're going back there, guys.
No,
that's the problem, though. No, that is absolutely the problem. There is no honor here no more. So if we're talking about a non-honorable system, where's the cure?
Well, I mean, the thing is I think the majority of people live here are honorable people.
Sure.
And they want to do what's right. So it's like walking down, like I was talking about, walking down the sidewalk in Whitefish. And I see somebody, I make eye contact, say, hey, good morning or good evening. How are you?
Yeah.
And these tourists, these people that aren't from here, they kind of do this thing. You guys see in the city, right?
Oh, people don't want to look at it here. In Great Falls is already rude.
Yeah.
Well, we can say that out loud in public. Like, Great Falls is already rude.
Then you go places like where
you used to
Philadelphia, where people don't look at you in the eyes because it's like a challenge. You know what I mean? Like, so then you have to do all that, right? It's like, no, for real though, Swiss. You know what it's like.
Philly was wild, bro.
Like they say, brotherly love, but nobody even made eye contact. Really, bro.
That's what we bring to
Montana.
Like one thing about the weekly bus is
it was
culture.
It was NFC Championship weekend, bro. That shit was.
We're not
24 hours later, they tore up right next to Denny's where we went to the breakfast.
Few Montanas are stupid. There are a few.
No shit. That's crazy. Hey, shout out to Mom for ever teaching me that.
I'm willing to sit at any table that I've ever been presented at, whether it's a politician, whether it's a fucking billionaire. I'm willing to sit at the table and discuss real life conversations with.
Oh, Wesley Killing.
And Montana is one thing that has been highly talked about because we do not fucking accept outsiders' opinions. We don't accept the outsiders' religions, but we've accepted their traditions. We're selling off our shit. We're selling off our fucking ideas, but we don't accept what they're bringing. So there's a conflict.
Thailand, I think the biggest problem we have right now is all these people that come here, they've jacked up all their real estate values.
100%.
So
let's talk about that.
I mean, the fact is it's supply and demand. That's how it works. That's how
houses are ridiculous.
When you go to Whitefish,
we are the most expensive, actually, for those who don't know, we're the most expensive housing in the entire country. Is Montana
for income to debt ratio for houses?
Number one. We do not afford housing.
So
we do not accept.
I think we're talking about average income.
So if you thought you were poor and could come to Montana, just don't think about it. It just doesn't happen.
I mean, we got people living in RVs because they can't afford to live.
They can't afford to live here, and and that is a global fact, dude. We're the worst.
So I just want to give a shout out to Wesley Kill Eagle. They just got back from Seattle's Children's Yearly Appointment. Miss Peyton, everything must be going good. Guys? Let's go. Hey, as always, glad you guys made it home. Let's go.
Yes, sir. Anyways, back to our kind of our aspect, our key for Montana. You've identified the problem.
Yeah.
We all know the problem. So where is the solution moving in?
It's just a matter of everybody figuring out what they want for a outcome.
Which is like on a majority level. Can you say that?
Well, I mean, how can you get the next generation on the ranch to keep ranching?
Right.
When you're working 8 days a week, 80 hours a week.
So where's the lure?
Well, here's a guy from California offering $10 million.
Right. Here's the lure.
Or $20 million. Or, by the way, there was a ranch that I understand that was owned by some Texas billionaires.
But that's bought out. We're talking about for Montana solutions.
Yeah, but here's the thing: they're selling ranch for almost $1 billion.
Easy. I mean, no.
But my point is that. So this is how it works, though, Thailand. When you get somebody, it's like, hey, if you get in a neighborhood, somebody gets $100,000, and everybody else wants $100,000.
Yeah.
Somebody gets $1 million, everybody else wants $1. Well, I was talking with the Hibberts that own the Stephen Livestock Company not far from here.
This is what I would like to
and
get
at the end of the day, I was talking to Chase Hibbert yesterday at the Bernaloy in Helena, and I said, this is a 300,000 acre ranch that just sold for about $1 billion.
Right.
But you guys have more elk and bigger elk and way better hunting and all kinds of stuff, and you're in the mountains, whereas the other one isn't in the mountains.
So how do you say no to something like that?
So what do you think the worth of his ranch is? Maybe his ranch is worth more.
So how do you say no to that?
Well, it's because it's their lives, it's their livelihood, it's their traditions, it's their family.
So who's selling out who at this point?
Well,
is it the Montanan who stays true to who Montana is and says "fuck you"
and realize there's no real
it says "fuck you"
return for money,
or
right?
you're gonna sell out to the motherfucker who comes over here and says, "I have $1 billion for you."
Yeah, but then what?
And then what?
Yeah, but when you sell, what do you do?
That's
like
my
where I
point.
live in the
Where's the
flathead,
solution?
where you guys grew up, houses like they had a house that was like in downtown Whitefish.
We lived in Ashley Lake. Do you understand this? All right. So when we went to high school, like, so if you know where Ashley Lake is, that's
I got friends that got cabins on it.
A ton of money. Do you understand?
Yeah, but that's not anywhere near Whitefish.
We live there, bro.
So
and
Whitefish Lake, you start at $10 million.
Jeez.
Easy.
Start at $10 million.
Easy.
You take a 2-bedroom, 1-bath house.
So how do you say no to that?
Well, that's the question. It's supply and demand. It's a willing seller, willing buyer.
Right.
So then we're not even talking about American Prairie.
You can't blame the California no more. Now you're blaming the Montana.
I do want to talk about that.
You have to point the finger where it's at. Yeah. Motherfucker, you sold your land to these idiots. That's the fucking... Nobody wants to talk about that. They all, it's the Californians. Motherfucker, you sold it to them. So who's to blame? Quit pointing the fucking finger and accept the blame that you sold out our fucking state, you retard. That's the fucking facts of it.
Yeah, but what if they're going to lose the ranch?
Because it doesn't fucking matter at that point. If it's your ranch and you want to bitch about it,
well, they're not
bitch about it. You can't bitch about it.
People take the money on.
No, they do. They do. And it's a common conception that it does happen. If you're going to fucking sell because you can't afford your fucking ranch no more, that's your problem.
Well, there's it's way more complex than that.
No, it isn't.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Is it though?
It is.
So tell me how. I am all ears. I'm all ears for solutions, Tom.
Yeah, there's all kinds of things going on here. Let's talk American Prairie.
So let's talk solutions.
Hold on. Let them go.
I love that. So let's talk solutions.
So we've got an outfit called American Prairie. So it's a nonprofit. Almost all the money comes from outside of the country. And they want to build south of Malta. There's about 2 million acres of public land. That's all federal. So Bureau of Land Management and the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service, which is the Charlie Russell National Wildlife Refuge.
Sure.
There's about 1 million acres of deeded land there, and it's all land that it's not. It's the last of the land that was actually fertile enough for the homesteaders to survive on, because all this other land that's Bureau of Land Management wasn't fertile enough for people to survive on. In order to get a homestead, you had to prove to the government.
We're actually know. So one of those few things that I love that he talked about that though. One of the few things that he just added on that you can't grow shit. It's not fertile. Yeah. I tell this to natives. You're fucking lied to. Get off your reservation. You're being lied to. That's not something to be proud of. Go over there and fucking make something out of opportunity, because there's nothing everything that you were given as a native was trash. And you got proud of it. And you said that's something to stay on. That's the exact same concept that Montanans that are dealing with Californians.
But I think we're going to go back. We're talking about 1930s here.
We're talking the same concept, though.
Well, yeah, but this ground was not fertile enough.
It's the same concept, though. They were given a crop on it. That were given as sold to ranchers, and they're dealing with the same issue. It's the same issue.
But it's a little more nuanced than that, because this land that was there, what I'm trying to explain is the reason why it's owned by the government now, because it reverted back.
It was sold back. It was sold back.
Well, so not sold. No, they took it back because they never gave it.
Who took it back? The natives sold it back.
Well, what natives are we talking about now?
All of them.
So we're talking Native Americans?
Yes.
Okay, it wasn't well.
You're right. No.
So if we want to get into that,
me here, so we know I'm right.
So no, guys, we didn't. We had wars. So it's like telling
and they lost with
treaties. It's like saying the wrong. Well, treaties. Well, they had treaties.
Don't talk about treaties that weren't real. Like, yeah, you could say that they weren't. They were stepped on. So the treaties weren't real.
Guys, are we trying to reinvent history here?
No.
Okay, so the reality is
we're talking about Montana history, though.
We're talking about the world history.
Montana.
Okay, it doesn't matter if it's Montana or the Montana Territory or it was a Louisiana Purchase.
Sure.
Okay, we bought Montana.
But you didn't explain the same issues that natives
Napoleon Bonaparte, okay?
But he dealt with this.
So I don't know how.
He's describing the same issues that cowboys modernized are dealing with that natives that were given. It's the exact same issue.
Well, you guys watch the film. One of these guys talks
100%.
about that the cowboys now are looking at this thing, probably the same long faces that Native American Indians did in the 1880s,
1000%,
right? When they see all these people coming in, the prairie schooners, and bringing their cattle up and putting barbed wire fencing and creating progress, okay? But the reality is, it's like I was talking about what the speed limit is in Montana, but it was when I moved here, safe and prudent, or that we had the honor system when we go down to the for parking at the airport. Are we going back?
We might.
How are we going to do that?
We don't know yet because this is where conflicts come in.
Okay, well, here's one what I talk about, guys.
So
we're concerned about wildlife habitat. Okay, so
yes, I love this. This is what I want to
real quick. Okay, this is a piece of wood, right?
Yes,
it's a nice sculpture.
Beautiful.
Yeah, one day that used to be wildlife habitat.
100%.
All right, so you're going to turn that back into wildlife habitat?
Can't.
No, okay. Where are we sitting here? We're sitting in Great Falls, right? We're sitting in a multi-story old hospital, right?
Right.
Yes.
Underneath this hospital, 250, 300 years ago, what was underneath this hospital?
Land.
Wildlife habitat.
Wildlife habitat.
Okay.
You go into the subdivisions and look at all the 2x4s and 2x6s. What were those?
Wildlife habitat.
Wildlife habitat. Yeah. Okay, so how are we going to go back? Who's going to decide what towns and villages we're going to bulldoze?
So where's your solution?
What airports we're going to get with?
We can pinpoint the problem.
Well,
right?
Yeah, but it's just not
we
that
can
simple.
all pinpoint the problem, especially with your documentary. I think that's where your documentary is very, very, very important because it pinpoints a fucking issue that is very real.
A whole bunch of issues.
Yeah, and it's fucking real. That's why I want to know. Yeah. As a motherfucking guy who made the documentary, who sat down with senators, who sat down with people like me who live in this fucking state, who love ownership, right? Where's the solution?
Well,
that's the question that I'm asking.
Where's the results?
Where's the result?
Yeah. Need the results.
I think people are going to have to make up their own mind where they're going to go with this because that's the one thing. So I've had this film, I've got a producer in Hollywood, major league guy. I'm not going to name any names.
Yeah, but you made a film, so you got to have some kind of solution.
Well, the thing is, though, he was bitching. He's like, hey, there is no payoff here for the viewer. No duh.
It pisses you off.
Dude, I'm telling you.
It pisses you off.
That is reality.
But that's where's the solution. As a viewer who viewed your documentary, I viewed it and I loved it.
Yeah,
and I am on your side. Yeah. I'm absolutely on your fucking side. But as a viewer who's on your fucking side, we're asking, where's the solution?
You have to make up your own mind.
Each person has to find their own.
That's not fair. That's not fair to the viewer. Because if there's a documentary there's a purpose behind it that says that there's some kind of solution.
To be fair, Tom did say he's bringing awareness to the situation of Montana.
Do you have a solution then, Tom?
I think we have all kinds of solutions, but all of us have to figure out what.
Can I hear yours?
No, because I'm a journalist.
Yeah, but you have an opinion.
But again, my bias is towards wildlife habitat, and making sure that rural people who do the job in conservation.
I'm on your side. I actually have 100.
So for me to sit here,
I back that.
I've had people go, Tom, what is the answer?
I don't have a solution either. No, I'm not putting you on the wall because I don't have the answer either.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm asking because I genuinely need to know. The fucking viewer needs to know. Who made this documentary? Motherfuckers are going to ask. All right, dude, you made the documentary. You pinpointed the fucking problem. What now? Right? That's where I'm at. I need to know where you at with the documentary as a viewer, as somebody who backs your fucking opinion.
So what he needs to do is watch the film about 10 times and take notes.
So then what?
And then, then we have
to
sit down.
Then what? I watched the documentary now twice.
Yeah.
So as a viewer who's watched twice, I'm asking, what is your solution? That's real that's real journalist shit right there.
Yeah, and the solution is that people need to watch the film.
So you told me that.
Everybody needs to watch.
What's your solution?
Even Ted Nugent says everybody needs to watch
the film.
What's your solution?
And then people, again,
as a person who's documented both.
This is such a complex issue.
It totally is.
You can't. There is not one solution.
But
there is not one shoe fit.
Do you have any?
There's all kinds of them. If you got to let me finish here.
That's what I'm asking.
People need to sit and talk.
I'm waiting.
And then people have to. Well, this is part of the solution. You have to come up. We have to decide as a society what it is we want to live with. What do we want? So grizzly bears, right?
You can't ask people that though, because you're gonna leave that to an open board of opinions. You made a documentary that targeted a fucking problem, right? Am I wrong? You targeted a problem. You made a documentary. We circled it. We got it. Now I'm asking your opinion. This is the conclusion of the documentary. You have some type of solution, and I want to hear your opinion, Tom Opre's opinion of the solution of dealing with land management in Montana and wildlife that's dealing with it. I want to fucking know. That is what I'm asking you as a person. Not. I don't give a fuck about me, yours, his, or hers. I'm asking Tom Opre's motherfucking solution for the problem that you documented.
Yeah.
So what's the solution?
And I'm going to tell you the same thing I just told you. People need to sit and talk.
Meaning what though?
Well, no, we have to sit down and have these conversations. We have to figure out.
But you have two sides.
But let me finish what I'm saying here. So let's just talk about grizzly bears.
Yes.
Okay.
That's a perfect example.
In the Flathead Valley, we have more grizzly bears and more human-wildlife conflict than all the other counties in Montana combined.
That's facts. That is actual factual.
Reality.
That is true.
All right. So as a society, do you want to have grizzly bears playing in the playground with your children?
But when you come to Glacier, hold on. But here's the other side.
Let him finish.
But we're not talking about Glacier National Park here. We're talking about the Flathead Valley that has 135,000 people living in it.
Absolutely, that is super.
So, do we want grizzly bears running in our backyards?
No.
Do we want wolves, packs of wolves killing dogs and cats in people's yards?
No.
Okay, so what do?
You got to
regulate.
We have to condition the bears to stay away from humans.
You got to regulate.
So you go to a place like Alaska. Do you guys hear about bears killing people every day? Berry pickers,
but they're open reservations
not
as
too
well.
Much.
There's a way different fucking.
Dude, you're talking to a guy that has spent thousands of hours
compared to Montana's.
Of days.
If you want to compare Montana's politics to Alaskan politics, they're way different.
You're missing my point.
But it's the same.
There's no politics when it comes to a bear living on the land.
But there is.
There isn't.
Who's making the laws?
Does a bear shit?
Your bear.
No. Does a bear shit in the woods?
That's always going to be the same.
Exactly. Does a human being make a bear shit in the woods?
No.
Okay, the bear shits in the woods because he needs to shit.
Does the senator control where the bear shits?
Yes.
No, they don't.
It does though when we're dealing with laws.
Well, what we have is the Endangered Species Act.
Facts. So there's a problem.
So we can't manage bears, grizzly bears, in the lower 48. But up in Alaska, where they do manage bears, and there's a shitload of them,
ton of them.
When a bear smells a human being, a grizzly bear, or a brown bear,
they typically will either back off or fucking stay in the area.
99.9% of the time, they exit stage left.
Yes.
Because they're on the menu.
Right.
They are not the king of the jungle.
They know that.
But here, they are the king of the jungle. They have no respect for human beings. So
I actually would agree.
And I have
as a Montanan,
I have scientists.
This is why I agree with this.
Yeah,
man.
the scientists have told me.
I'm not disagreeing with
I just
you.
wrote an editorial
because
I just published an editorial in all the newspapers about how we need to manage these bears.
I am agreed. I agree with you.
Condition them.
I'm not.
So I'm answering your question.
Yes.
So you want to say, okay, that's one issue, but the thing is it's complex because we have all these people who live in Washington D.C. and Chicago and L.A.
that come to tour.
They're like, well, wait a minute. You
those.
Shouldn't be able to manage your bears because we love your bears and we don't trust you.
Facts.
Well, who the heck is going to know what to deal with the bears? Use your eyes. People are on the ground who use your eyes. You can see what's going on. You listen to these anti-use people, these anti-hunter people. What they're doing is they're running propaganda because you know how they make money? Well, you have to have a crisis. If there's no crisis, then how can I go to you? Oh, hey, I need to save the grizzly bears. Give me $1 million. You give me $1 million. Okay. Well, my point is this: at the end of the day, that's the reality. You don't have any nonprofit without a crisis. You can't raise money.
Right. You can't.
So you have no reason to exist.
Thank you.
So it's like, hey, take global warming.
Ask you if you were APAC funded for that reason.
Yeah,
are you being funded for an agenda? That was the whole basis behind that.
But my point is the reality. And so, for instance, let's say I want to save the planet.
Right.
And
so do I.
And I have a plan. So I'm not talking about, I'm just saying it hypothetically.
No,
so I come to you and say, Mr. Donor, give me $1 million because I need to save the planet. And I have this idea.
Okay.
And you pitch them and sell them and they give you $1 million. The next year, you go back to the donor because now you got a staff, right?
Yeah.
And you got to, and of course,
yes,
so you know what this is, right, guys? This is the goalpost.
Sure.
Oh, hey, Mr. Donor, I need $1.2 million this year.
Yeah.
Because wait a minute, didn't you already save the earth? Well, no, but this other thing is going on. And I had to hire some extra people and we got some extra salaries and we got some event, got to give got to give some people a little extra money, and whatever. So the goalpost constantly moves. And in some cases, these organizations just create shit up.
Absolutely.
Create crisis so that they can raise money.
Trust me, that's why I asked.
It's this round circle. It's self-perpetuating. They just constantly do this shit. So, do we have lots of grizzly bears in Montana? Yes. Do we have conflict with grizzly bears and are grizzlies being killed because they don't have any value because they're a threat to humanity. Yeah, over 100 grizzlies we're killing every
I would
year,
agree
whether it
with
be in a
that.
railroad, a truck,
I'm not
or
gonna
a
even be an
government
asshole about
trapper
it, but
killing these things.
No, I agree. Yeah.
So what should we do? Well, should we condition the bears to stay away from it? Because we have to decide in the Flathead Valley, do we want grizzly bears in our backyards?
Do you want them? That's the question.
Well, are you willing to live with them?
Yes.
Because when all of a sudden, and it's going to happen.
That's the major fucking question.
Somebody's going to get
Are you willing to live with wildlife?
Right.
You know? Well, that's right. What happens if somebody in your family gets chopped and killed?
I think that's your major.
Now
point.
the uproar happens, right?
Thank you, Levi. Actually, that is the major uproar right there. That's the point of me asking this exact fucking question, going into him so hard the way I did, is because are you willing as a fucking Montanan to accept that lifestyle? Because that's what we're looked to. That is exactly what we're being voted on. That's exactly what we're viewed as, and that's how we're seen. Yeah. You understand that? That's where it becomes very important. Your opinion, my opinion, are very valued, but do they matter?
Everybody's opinion matters.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, 100%.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
So that's just one little thing in this film.
Right.
It's a huge thing in the fucking film. That's
I mean,
if you're going to talk about the film, that is the fucking
But
film.
every one of the things in the film is massive.
Yes. Okay.
All right. We talked about land prices.
Huge.
Yeah,
right. Huge
you are the real Yellowstone.
I get it.
You went and go ahead and you asked several ranchers that have been here for several years. Let's hear their opinions.
150 years.
Yeah, let's hear their fucking opinions.
Yeah. See what
because
they say.
you know what? I can't speak for those guys.
Mm-hmm.
I can speak as a Montanan because I've been here for a long fucking time. I was born here.
Mm-hmm.
I lived here. I know what it is to be real Montanan. And when they think of Montana, of course, it's not of jewelry or cowboy hats or anything like that. It's aspect. People think of Montana. But I'm here to break that exact aspect and talk about
stereotypes
and talk about what Montanans care about.
Yeah.
And that is exactly what we're talking about right fucking now. Mm-hmm. When I watched your documentary, I noticed my only question was, and you really talked about it right now, was where the fuck is the cure then? If you want to talk about that, which is great, because I 100% think Montana needs.
Well, the other thing too, you got to remember, guys, is that I think 67% of Montana's
is tourism.
No, it's private land.
Right.
It's owned by families.
But it's tourism.
Individuals.
People buying for hunting and shipping out. It's tourism.
Yeah, but you're taking. So we do have tourism is the second largest.
60% is tourism.
Well, actually, agriculture is the largest industry we have by dollars.
Billions. If you're talking about industrial wise, yeah, absolutely.
But we're talking to commerce, guys. I mean, at the end of the day, it's about business. So commerce is agriculture is larger than tourism. Tourism does exist
only on an aspect. But if you're talking about who wants to buy your land, it's definitely
but see, now we're talking about this whole trophy ranch concept.
There's a difference.
So you get these out-of-staters that are coming in, and it's another threat, right?
Right.
So you get these people that historically, you didn't buy a piece of land unless, as an agricultural person, you couldn't run a business unless the ranch could pay for itself. So we talked about that land that homesteaders gave back to government because it wasn't fertile.
Right.
So now, if you buy really fertile farmland, it has a certain price, right? Because it can produce. You can make money off it. It's just like buying a bar or a restaurant. It's based on what the money. Well, you're guaranteed. If they haven't cheated on their books,
sure,
you know what it can do, right? But we're talking about commodities.
We know.
But farms and ranches, we're talking about commodities. Okay, we're not talking about selling a bottle of whiskey or some toilet paper, or groceries, or gas. I mean, gas is a commodity too. But what we're talking about are people that historically have figured out that if we run so many cow-calf pairs on so much land, that they can make so much money. Remember, cow-calf people.
You're absolutely right.
One of the things people don't understand, these ranchers, this is not the Duttons where there's just money coming across the board every second of the day, right?
This is what I really wanted
all this money coming across. No.
It's not happening like that.
But Thailand, these people get paid once a fucking day, once a year. Once a year. So
that's what you need to focus on.
So you guys understand how this works. So I'm a cow-calf operator. I've got 100 cows, and those cows, I'm going to hope they get bred, and
This
hopefully
is what you need to talk about.
hopefully all 100 of them, get pregnant.
Yeah.
So I'm just
If
going
you're
to use
lucky,
that
if
number.
you're fucking lucky.
Yeah, it doesn't happen.
Yeah.
But let's just say 100 of them get pregnant. Okay,
This is
so
what you need
I'm
to talk
sitting
about,
I'm sitting on my little spread on the Rocky Mountain front. I got a little bit of acreage, and it's been the family for a couple generations. Maybe they bought it in the 1950s.
All right.
Okay, and they paid, $100 an acre. Okay, and they got 3,000 acres. Okay, so we know what the price in that. Okay, well, and they got it paid off, but you still cost money to keep a truck, right? You got to have insurance. You got to have health insurance. You got to pay your utilities. You got to pay your property taxes, and you pay a tax for every one of those cows you have to the government.
Yeah.
All right, and then you got to have the vets come out. And you got to make sure you got to do your branding. So the calves are born, right? Because if you're smart, you do it when it's not winter time. Some people do it in the winter.
This is what we need,
and it's
to
crazy.
Do Tom.
And so you get these calves on the ground. Now, not all of them survive. Now you got coyotes running around, right? So the coyotes
protect your cattle.
Well, yeah, but here's what happens with the coyotes. They don't necessarily kill the calves.
Okay.
This is a real problem. Coyotes, if you don't keep their populations under control.
We know our brother kills them.
Exactly. But here's what happens, Thailand. They go around, and the mother cow will sit there and defend that calf when it's just born, and it can't get up and walk, right? So that coyote will circle around that mother, and that mother will constantly turn to face that threat.
Separate them, yeah.
She doesn't separate them. The coyote eventually, the mother cow often will step on the calf and kill it, and the coyote knows that.
So
eventually the mother leaves when the calf is dead. Okay. All right. So now that's one thing. Now then we got grizzly bears, right? We talked about that.
Yeah. Let's get into the hunting. Let's get into that.
So here you got these grizzly bears that come down. And
we all know about the natural disasters.
Yeah.
But let's talk about the intrusion of a rancher who has to deal with fucking wolf packs.
Yeah. Well, let me finish this.
Yeah.
Because that's where I'm going with it. So you have these grizzly bears. So now you got the coyotes there, right? Okay. Then on top of that, you got the grizzly bears. Now, because of the Endangered Species Act, you can't shoot them. It's against the law.
It is against the law.
It's federal law.
Yep.
Okay. And it's a big deal.
A huge deal.
But here comes a sow, a female, with two cubs. And they're young of the year. And she's going to teach them how to survive. Just like we teach our own children how to survive. Here's some easy pickings. It's like walking into McDonald's and having all the cheeseburgers sitting on the counter. Or going into the candy store with no adult supervision.
Right.
I'm going to go in there. I'm going to show these guys, kill these things. Of course, we're going to eat them, but it's easy to kill a calf out there. So she starts teaching her young to kill calves because it's hunting university. All right. But it doesn't matter if it's a beef cow or an elk calf.
Sure.
Kill them. And they may or may not eat them, but they teach them that. So now I'm this rancher with 100 cows. I got 100 calves. I've lost 5 or 6 to the coyotes, and now I just lost another 5 or 6 to the grizzly bear. Okay,
which is $1,000 a fucking head.
Trying $2,000 today. It was $1,000 about 3 or 4 years ago.
There you go. Wow. So for the motherfuckers who don't know, that's the kind of number you're looking at, and that's honest to God true numbers.
Yeah, but let's keep going. All right. So now we go through the spring and we've got a few calves on the ground. Let's say we got 80 calves left.
Now you're down. You're down about 20 grand.
Yeah, we're down about 20 grand.
Yeah.
And come the fall, we're gonna go ahead and sort them, and we're gonna put
motherfuckers don't get this. So you need to
so we're gonna keep a bunch of heifers as replacements, and we're gonna ship off a few cows, and we're gonna ship off the steers, the males.
Right.
All right. So we got let's say we got 50 steers. All right. They get in a truck and a trailer and a semi, and they get transported in some cases all the way to Iowa.
Right.
Because that's the closest place we have to process them. And they travel that whole distance, right? And they're stressful. They're separated from their mothers, and they're driving in these trucks across the interstates of America.
Right, your value. Right. Now you understand.
So now their weights are dropping precipitously every day they're in that truck. And then when they get over there, they get weighed. And whatever that weight is and whatever the value is in the commodities of that day is what they get. So now we've got 50 of these things, right? All right. So now the weight was this, and now when they get there, the weight's that. And then whatever the value is. And let's just say that day the price dropped up $1 a pound.
Hypothetically.
Yeah. So, but you don't know because you don't have control of the market.
Right.
Well, it doesn't matter that because it's about supply and demand. And if somebody else there's 5 companies that control the vast majority of the beef industry.
Sure. So, and I'm just gonna go to let's just go to alligator, right? Because that's something I can reference pretty quick. With alligator, right? They go get it and then they take it right to their market. I see what you're saying, right? So their day rate, they know it before they take off. They go get the alligator, they get paid that same rate. So say when that cow,
well, the alligator's not losing any weight,
right? Exactly.
It got shot.
This is way
right,
different.
Right?
Yeah.
It's dead.
Right.
It's been skinned out, right?
And it's
you
there
got the meat.
it's there the same day. It's not traveling halfway across the nation in a truck, hot. You know.
Yeah, but so let's go back though. So now we got 50 steers, and let's just say they're $1,000 a piece.
Yeah.
All right, which they were until this last year.
Okay, let's just.
Yeah.
Easy
so
number.
that's 50
easy fucking number.
$50,000.
Sure.
One check comes in the mail in the next couple of weeks to the rancher, and with that $50,000, he has to pay for a tractor. He's got to pay for new parts because even the tractor's been in the family for a couple of years, couple generations. He's got to buy groceries.
There's
he's got
no profit. Buddy.
And that is in the case of one of the ranchers, their daughter's got bipolar disease. They got to take her to doctors and help her get through this and give her medication.
For you, actually, Tom. I spoke to a rancher and he told me the exact same thing. He said, "My daughter's sick. I don't get no money, dude." It was the exact scenario that you
so these people don't ever go on vacation.
They don't get money
because they can't afford to. Yet they are the largest group of the poorest multimillionaires in the country. Because we talked about these ranches, what are they worth now? You get one on 3,000 acres in the Rocky Mountain front.
They could be
it's probably worth $5 million.
They could be worth $1 billion. Let's just be real. We can throw the B out there because you never know. But none of those motherfuckers are seeing money. None of them. Well, let's be honest. None of them see a fucking dollar.
But they're the ones that are doing the conservation work. So the deal is, if you take
that's
care,
what I want to know.
If you take care of the land, the land takes care of you. That song, right? We wrote a song for the film. It's a theme song.
Yeah.
So we got to play it. But the theme song is the land is like a lady, and the chorus is the land is like a lady. Take care of her, and she'll take care of you. That is the reality.
So what's your mission here as far as releasing this film?
Oh, so, we're doing the tour. The tours have built that grassroots emotions and movement, get people excited. I'm doing tons of podcasts, tons of interviews, radio stuff.
We're going to send you out to a few other people.
And so we're doing all this stuff, getting people excited about what's going on. And then we're going to be doing a digital cinema event starting on August 15th at shepherdthewildlife.org. You can go ahead and click it on, and you can buy digital. So you can watch it.
Sweet.
Shepherdthewildlife.org. So you can watch it on an app. You can watch it on a smart TV. You can screencast it onto your flat screen, whatever it is. But that's our fundraiser, right? So we're trying to raise some money there. But then we're going to end up, we do the feature length film will end up on, my other two films are on Amazon right now.
I recommended them to Dylan, by the way, and I recommended them to Andy. I said, those guys are fucking the best in the area, dude. They make films. Yeah. They're really, really.
Dude, Dylan makes
fucking movies. I'm telling you. I said, Dylan and fucking Andy these are next level people.
Cool. But we go ahead and we do the feature film, ends up on a big streaming service. Yeah. So we're trying to get it on Netflix.
Yeah.
So then we do a 55-minute version. We boil the same film into 55. And that's for PBS, public broadcasting. So we work with Wyoming PBS. That's our presenting station.
You should get.
And so get all that. But then we do a 30-minute educational version that's specifically for corporate boardrooms, classroom settings, and political screenings. And we end up screening these things in state legislatures.
Yeah, are they different
we screen them. They're all
breaking it down in different ways.
It's just boiling it down. And our editor is a saint to be able to take these super complex issues. But everything gets to be smaller and smaller, but it's still the core issues.
Yeah.
So the idea is to get people engaged. We want to educate, we want to inspire, and we want these people to go, holy shit, I didn't know that these people don't get paid once a year. Maybe they aren't bad. Maybe they are real. They deal with the same shit everybody else does. Yeah. And it's not
nobody knows.
They're not flying around in fucking helicopters. All right, guys.
No, they're barely
and the thing is, if they take care of the land, then
I wish more ranchers. I don't know that you own a ranch or anything. I just
Jay Villa, what's up, brother? Thanks for joining the stream.
I don't own a ranch at this point in time.
I wish more ranchers would come out to the public and say, you know what? I'm not that fucking cowboy that you think I am. I want you to hear this shit because.
But so here's the deal.
They're just so private. They don't know.
It's not that they're private. They live out in the middle of BFE, guys.
Right.
And if you ever gone and befriended a ranch, you don't get to leave because you got to stay for coffee and tea and then dinner and lunch. And I get stuck there because they all want to tell me their life stories.
And then
you know,
and then
that's a goddamn thing.
But that's the reality.
Yeah,
it's
no,
not
that's
that they have this
shit,
private shit.
God bless their hearts.
They might have you. They might have you driving the combine. You know what I mean? Shoot.
Yeah, and if you know how to, actually do build fence, and or you're a carpenter or a plumber, they'll find something for you to do or spray weeds. You know?
Hey,
so
I've helped a few farmers in my day, man. I mean,
you've been a great guest.
Oh, it's been fun, guys.
I think it's been great, dude. We got
it's rowdy. No,
as it should be. As it should be. You know what I mean? We're Montanans. We want to know. We're not your NBC. We're not your fucking KRTV. We don't give a fuck about any of those guys. We outdo them. Every time they ever put out numbers, we outdo them. So we don't care what they say. We are the voice of Montana. We want to know what you're saying. We want to know what we're saying. And we want to know the fucking truth, right, guys? Indeed. That's right. And we want to know the fucking truth.
Amen. So.
And I think with the truth being said,
I think we're getting questions from the camera guys.
All right, let's go.
All right, so we got questions from the camera guys.
I was gonna say, going back just a bit.
There is a
microphone over there. Pinpoint a problem. It's a good problem, and what I got from it is that as a community, everyone has to come together. That's the fucking solution, is it not? But to me,
if humanity is going to exist, we better all start figuring out how to work out together. Because the opposite is not very good.
Everything's going apart. Yeah. And I think the answer to that, to me, is everyone coming together and fixing it and staying strong and being together as Montanans. That's what we have to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's your solution, Swiss?
What else? What is the solution? Because
how do you get somebody else to listen to other people?
You have to be together because as one, we're so strong. If if we're
but not everybody's like us,
and that's what you're saying.
Well, we're accepting.
And like that was the question. Like it was driving you crazy earlier. Is that he brought up that topic? Like absolutely, but the solution to that is everyone as a Montana needs to be as one. And then nobody can penetrate us.
It's almost like a collective conscience.
Yes,
I think that's the greatest. I think that's the greatest weapon of the Weekly Bus is that we're all unified, no matter what we are. Whether you're a cowboy, whether you're a gangster, whether you're fucking some dude over there doing this and that, it doesn't matter. We're all here watching the same show, and
it ain't the Yellowstone show; it's the Real Yellowstone.
Yeah, it's the Real Yellowstone. That's right.
So and we need everybody to talk about it. We need everybody to post about it. We need everybody to share, post, on social media. But get on your phone, text your buddies, show them, send out. You guys are going to get a bunch of our videos. Send it out to people. Talk about it. The music, man. You guys like music, right?
We love music.
And we get this song. Yeah. So we've got the Real Yellowstone theme song. It's by the Yellowstone Players. It's on iTunes, Pandora, Spotify, all that stuff. You can find it on our website, but also it's on social media. If you want to tag any of your posts on Instagram or Facebook, just type in "The Land is Like a Lady" and it pops right up.
What do you got?
Land is like a lady, baby. Let's go.
Yeah.
I love that.
He just did Great Falls.
Yeah.
Helena. What do you got next?
You got invited to a film fest we didn't talk about.
Yeah, I want to talk about a few of those.
So
things.
we do film festivals. So we talk about anything we want to.
Okay.
But the film festival deal, the reason why we do that is to kind of build street creds, right?
Yeah, sure.
So when you get in a festival and if you get in, because it's not, there's like 10,000 film festivals, but there's like 100 billion films. Right. Like everybody in the brothers is like,
we all make films.
Yeah. Well, my point is there's a lot of people making movies and a lot of people trying to get.
But you know what? So. You did it the right way. I will say.
Guys, so we talked about how old are you?
You did really good. I'm 36.
So
you did really well.
I'm like, I go back so far that I used to cut film on a flatbed Steenbeck editor. On a flatbed Steenbeck editor. So we literally cut
sliced
film with mag stripe.
What?
Yeah, and taped it together. That's what I started. So
that's crazy, bro.
I mean, I've been carrying a camera since I was 19 years old.
It's fucking gassy.
Video and film.
And that's a
and and all this new shit, I'm trying to figure out how do you get to film in these new cameras? You guys know how to do that?
I know how to do it. I go like this. I open it. I push eject. I push eject on the card reader, and we're good to go. That's how I get it out, right, Swiss?
Send that fucker. Back when I very first started.
This has been a good episode, boys.
When I first started making videos.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, no.
So
hold on.
It sounds like Montana, huh? Observer runs through it. Yeah.
This ranch was built on blood and sweat, paid for and grazing cows. Now the landmen, they all circle around like poachers on the prowl. Out of staters moving in, driving land prices high. Feels like this is where old cow towns go to die.
Welcome in.
The land's like a lady, care for her, she'll care for you. Our fate is tied to every blade of grass. But next year could always be our last. Will my children see what I've seen, or will this dream survive? The land is like a lady, but lately he just made her cry.
Don't give them off. Don't give them off.
Fair enough.
The neighbor sold a year ago to a lawyer from LA.
That's real Montana music.
Since 82, and they never will again. Wolves are circling the cattle line as my profits fade away. But all my family is buried here, and this is where I'll stay.
Let's go!
Oil y plata.
Ain't nobody no more Montana than that.
Will my children see what I've seen? Will this dream survive?
Song is rich, man. Hey, we might go ahead. I don't know. Yeah, we can get permission.
I own it. I produced it. Oh yeah, 100%.
We can give us rights, yeah. We're gonna get hit for sure.
So it's all distributed through CD, baby. So
yeah, we're gonna get hit with a violation for sure.
I own the song. I own every aspect of the song.
That's good shit. Yeah, I love that shit, baby. That's my fucking state, baby. I feel about that, baby. Sure. That's why I get so defensive about it. That's why I get so defensive about it. Leave a good idea to keep it going, buddy. Good idea, buddy. Good idea. Actually,
podcast, guys. There's no commercial break.
Fuck no, this is us, bro. I love it. I
The
love
only commercial
it.
we'll play is
Let's go.
trailer all over again.
Yeah.
And with that being said, it's called Land is Like a Lady. Look it up if you love that song. Let's go. Hey, shout out to our boy Jay Villa down in Florida one time. Jay Villa.
What's cracking, baby?
Let's go. What's good?
All right, behind cameras, Zach has a question for Tom.
Oh, Zach.
What's your opinion on like with the state
Repeat your
question?
getting rid of like the Forest Service and like Job Corps, like the guys that'll go build the trails and stuff.
Fucking
in
fantastic
Maine,
question.
like
Well, it doesn't have anything to do with the real Yellowstone.
Yeah.
You're talking about federal.
I'm just talking about like, you know, the people that are helping keep Montana the way it is, like, you know, helping people access the trails and maintaining the waters.
So you're talking about the Forest Service?
No, I'm talking about in general, like the people that do all those jobs that are losing their jobs.
Forest Service jobs are.
So are we talking about the Doge thing? Is that what we're getting?
I'm saying like the federal jobs that are like are trying to get cut. The people that are out there, taking care of the campsites, taking care of the trails
So
for people.
Doge?
Yeah, you're talking about the Doge stuff.
Just no, in general,
But that's what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what's propagating the cuts.
Yeah, that's
because we didn't have that before Elon Musk.
Totally.
Yeah, and I know. I think they got to start. Well, at the end of the day, let's just be honest. I mean, we do have lots of fat, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we have $37 trillion federal deficit.
That's
And we're
no question, though. I really do like that
and we're a
question.
$30 trillion economy. So our debt is more than what we generate in an entire year.
Do you think we should get rid of some land enforcement though, like Forest Service?
Well, I guess just to try to answer his question.
Yeah.
When's the last time you ever heard of the federal government? And I can tell you, I've been around a little bit longer.
Sure.
Has actually tried to
we're
spend less money.
Right.
Never.
Right.
And now we found out people well, there's a couple of things that are really crazy, right? There was a Stacey Abrams and who ran for the Senate, ran for governor, and she stood up a nonprofit, a charity, and within 2 weeks, the Biden administration gave her $2 billion.
She was a fucking joke.
$2 billion. Now, man, I'd love to get $2 billion. Who wouldn't, right? I got a nonprofit, but you think Trump and Elon Musk are going to give me $2 billion?
Not a doubt.
So there is some real waste in there, and the thing is, and it's our money, right? But I think at the end of the day, bureaucracies don't try to spend less money.
Right.
So, but can we make sure that what we're doing makes sense? And do we need to make sure that the porta potties are clean?
Why don't you run for politics?
Yeah, right.
Can we ask that?
I know.
Hold on. While I'm up here, I got to ask one quick question. So, do you have a goal with making the new Yellowstone film? Was there a single goal, or were you just trying to attack multiple objectives?
Yeah, well, no. So we have this nonprofit. So its mission is to reconnect our urbanized society with nature, and we want to get a social buy-in or social acceptance of modern conservation and land stewardship.
Right,
these people don't know this stuff.
So
when we
they really
understand this
they really don't.
and watch these films, then it's like, oh wow, okay, because farmers and ranchers are less than 2% of the population of the United States.
Yeah.
Less than 4% of the population buys a hunting license in the United States in a given year.
And they're voting big.
But they don't vote.
Right. That's what you were telling me.
No, they don't.
No, this was the craziest shock that I ever heard.
Hunter Nation found out in 2016 because they wanted to help Trump run for office. And then so Trump says, I don't want to waste my time because hunters don't hunt. So what they did is that Hunter Nation went and they looked at voter registration and they looked at who actually bought hunting licenses because their freedom of information and they went ahead and they cross-indexed those two lists. In the state of Michigan, which is full of all these sportsmen, right? Well, it is. They have 1 million people go out on opening day of deer season there.
They should be.
Okay, as many people live in Montana go deer hunting on opening day historically in Michigan. Okay, they found out 63% of those people who bought hunting licenses didn't vote because they weren't registered. 63% were registered to vote. So they couldn't vote. Apathy.
Well, it is the question.
Apathy.
Why is the why?
Apathy. I think it should be against the law for you not to vote as a citizen of the United States.
If you're hunting,
you care, if you're a citizen, if you're a citizen, whether you're a natural citizen or a naturalized citizen or born here, whatever it is, you should have to vote.
I get it. So,
but that inflicts with freedoms.
Well, no, it doesn't. The reason why you have the right to vote is because you have freedom, because you have the First Amendment, because you have the Second Amendment, and all the other amendments.
But that's where they come and say that you have the choice too.
So real quick. And I can tell that actually does matter because I sell solar right now. I'm going door to door. Actually I'm an appointment center. Yeah. But people actually ask me, "Are you registered to vote?" I'm like, "Well, yeah, I'm registered to vote." They're like, "Good," because if not, then I don't take what you got to say seriously. I'm like, "Hey, I get it." You know what I mean? I was like, "I'm a Great Falls resident. I'm registered to vote. Go ahead, look me up if you want. If that's what you want to spend your afternoon doing, right?" But I'm on there, so
makes a difference.
But I get it.
You want to find solutions, right?
Yeah.
Well, if you don't vote,
see, I'm a solution guy.
Yeah, great.
I'll hear you.
But if you don't vote,
if
you don't vote, then how do you facilitate solutions?
Well, you can't.
Because at the end of the day, the people that are making decisions,
whether you know it or not, I don't even know it yet. But in the next 5 or 6 years, I will be voicing myself into politics.
Well,
I feel that I have the need.
That is.
I have the voice. I am loved beyond what I ever thought I would be, thanks to my audience. But The people who fuck with me, they fuck with me really heavy, and they do it because I'm honest. I'm not a liar. I don't give a fuck what you think. I don't give a fuck what your politician thinks. I don't care what your fucking preacher thinks. I don't give a fuck. I want facts.
Yeah, that's
and
great.
If you don't point a fact to me, then I'm gonna call it you're a liar.
Yeah.
And if you're a fucking liar, I'm gonna call you out. And that's what I do.
Yeah.
That's what I do best. If you're gonna lie to me, I'm gonna call you out because I don't give a fuck what you
Just
think.
make sure you don't call all your voters liars.
Do you know what I don't care about?
Because they're not going to vote for you.
They'll vote for me because I told the truth.
Yeah, but you always should tell the truth, right?
No, but it doesn't happen that
Everybody
way.
should
It
tell
doesn't
the
happen that way because people are ashamed. The difference between me and others, I'm talking myself specifically.
So you got to.
I don't give a motherfuck what you or your mom thinks of me. I'm going to tell you how I feel and think that's the truth. And I think that's important with real politicians. They don't fucking do that no more. They only care about voters. Look, what you just said, maybe you shouldn't say that because you're. I don't care. I don't give a fuck.
I'm just spelling out the facts are that if you want to be a fucking dairy salesman,
then you grab somebody who's going to be.
Why are you yelling, bro?
Well, no, we're not. We're not yelling. We're talking. But when we're talking about politics, and especially, dude, especially when you're talking about people's feelings, they're going to ride with who they feel that is right.
So you know who you need to have on your show? Eric Albus, who's in the film, who's a rancher, an outfitter, and a farmer, who's running 13,000 acres with a plow. He's featured in the Real Yellowstone.
Yeah.
And they're farming, and they cannot make 13,000 acres pencil out, afford a new combine.
Wow.
Because of the price of commodities and the price of fuel, the price of fertilizer, the price of labor,
Holy
the
shit.
stuff they have to pay for. 13,000 acres, they can't afford to buy a new
ground.
But they can't afford to buy new equipment,
right?
Because there's no value there.
Dude, you gotta watch.
But so he was so worried about the future, and he runs an outfitting business.
Yeah,
where like all of us wears all these different hats here in Montana, right?
Yeah, sure.
So he can thrive. Well, he decided to run for office because he thought he could make a difference down in Helen in the legislature.
Well, you're not.
Oh, the old boy,
and he won.
Northeast, right?
Yeah,
Northeast
and he
Montana.
won. Yeah, House District 28.
That's exactly right, Levi.
So he won. You know what? And they put him on appropriations. That is the most important committee assignment in the entire legislature because they deal with all the money.
That's
so
the fucking
his
problem.
whole job my whole job was to take and put bad bills to
From the moment I brought you onto this show, and since we went live, I asked you several times, "Are you being funded? Do you accept money?" And I asked you.
Well, yeah, I get donors to give me money.
Do you accept AIPAC?
I get so.
Do you
no,
accept,
I don't get anything from AIPAC.
Do you accept shit from Israel? But that's who our politicians are being funded by. Do you understand that?
Yeah, but you have to understand.
This is on a 99% basis. It's illegal to speak against that exact basis. This is why I asked those questions because you're right. You're 150% right. Our media is bought. Our media is lied to. And we're not speaking the truth. What you just spoke was truth. You don't get that unless you're coming to people like us.
Yeah. Well, the reality is for people that run campaigns, they have to get donations. So historically, you go and you ask your neighbors, you get whatever, $250 for running for a House seat, $400 for running a Senate seat. But we allow PACs to put money in. Some people take money from PACs.
You're going to have this interview. This interview will be so
Victor, what's up, brother?
important later and when it comes to politics because they're going to hear.
Shout out to the best barber in town, Victor Padilla.
So I'm going to push this. For one, I'm just going to be honest with you.
What are you running for? What office?
It does. If I do run, I'll run independent. Honestly,
no, but that's not what I asked you.
Do you want me to be honest with you?
What political office are you going to run
National
for?
Socialist. Straight up.
That's not what I'm asking you.
That would be the political office I run for. You talking about Senate?
Yeah, you have to have an office.
That's not.
You're talking about a party.
You're talking about Senate, governor, or so. First, if anything, I would go city. I would go anything with city commission. I would see if I could. If I could, I would.
You should.
I would want my cities.
100%.
I would want my cities, right?
Yeah.
So if I'm going to run, which will be in the next 5, and this is, you guys are hearing through this time.
Well, wait a minute. Why wait? No, here's the other thing.
Because I can't.
So, well, listen to me. So we talked about Eric Albus running for House District 28.
Sure.
After his wife, I was the first person to find out he was running for
Really?
office. Yeah, while we were working on the film.
Wow. Awesome.
So I can get my cameras and I can film you now. I think we can announce this on the podcast that you're going to run for city council.
I will run.
You got to start somewhere. And if you want to get to the next level where you start to affect real change, then you want to be a governor or a senator or whatever else, you got to build those levels up.
And I will.
So run now.
I'm not there yet, but I think I have.
But what do you?
I have the
following. Wait a minute. All you gotta do is be passionate about it.
No, that's not true. Okay,
I mean, he's more passionate than I am. I mean, so.
I'm right. Well, I do a lot of research, and I'm passionate about it. You're right. You're absolutely right.
But you should run.
Why? I'm gonna answer. I'll answer your why now. Like I can't yet. I, in my unfortunate 20s, was a fuckhead, and I had to deal with a lot of law enforcement bullshit, and I was really egotistic and really just wrong and I just didn't accept a lot of errors in my life. Now that I'm in my 30s, now that I have influence, now that I know a lot of the people that I know, it's different. And I've been pushed. You should, you should.
But I have to tell you,
I will.
But I have to tell you,
and actually, I'm going to invite you to my campaign at one point.
So I can tell you, I've run for office here in Montana.
Great, I would love to hear
27 years
as a guest on video or what?
27 years ago for state senate. But the thing is, it's such a thankless thing.
I know.
In this
I
day and age,
I believe that actually.
You do not have the best and brightest running for office.
They're gonna murder you, bro.
Yeah, well, it's just, and the thing is if you got something in your past, they're gonna make all kinds of shit out of it.
You know what about other politicians that they get so sad about is that they try to hide it. I don't.
Yeah. Well, and
you know what? And
the other side's not gonna let.
And you know what? And I'm gonna look at them and say, you know what? I was just like you. The only difference is that I'm more honest.
And look.
I think that's the biggest piece.
Thailand, I think you should run. You should just try it. Just do it. I mean, you're talking about a city council office. You got a ward you got to deal with. You got to go knock on doors. You got to run an ad campaign.
He's telling me to run for.
See if you can get some yard signs in people's yards.
You got to
My
go
buddy
ask
told me
people,
the same thing. He said, "Why are you waiting?"
Don't talk about it. Just go do it. Like when I first got in the film business, I had this guy that I'd worked for, and he goes, "What do you want to do? I want to be."
If you want to get in on this, bro, I'll get you in quick if you want. Hold on.
You want to run for office? There's the door. Go run for office. Don't talk about it anymore. Just do it. You got the passion. Go do it.
I probably could, and I know the route to do it, and I know the right people, and I probably have the right backing to do it. But do I think I can win yet? No. And I think that's the problem. I want to win. I want to win.
But maybe you don't run as a socialist.
I probably won't run as a national socialist.
Yeah, it's probably not a good idea.
But I think as a conservative, I view a lot with conservatives.
Well, I think you're as a libertarian.
And I will tell them, I run middle. And I will tell my voters that. I won't be the liar that they ever expected.
Right. Real quick, fellas.
I love that we talked about that.
Victor has something to say, so I'm going to bring him in. Just let you guys know. I'm going to send it to him, so when he accepts it, then we'll come on. Vic, enter that, and then we'll, unless you're talking about just in general, but if you're trying to get it on this interview,
I think this is fire,
we'll bring you in right now. Click the link, join the live.
So Victor Padilla, for those who don't know, is doing a big charity thing for hearing children. He does it every year.
It is almost that time.
Yeah, he's doing a big thing. Awesome. He links up with 20 Past 4, who's been our day one sponsor. They do a big charity for children, and it's like back to school charity. And we are a part of it this year. We were a part of it last year, but I'm going to give full credit where credit's due. These guys do incredible things for our kids in our neighborhoods here. They buy backpacks, they buy fucking notebooks, pencils, all of it. These are the guys that are willing to help your children get to school and do it in a proud fashion. They do haircuts, they do all of the stuff that are willing to get your children started out in the right direction, man. So give a shout out to Man Cave. I love you guys. Victor, whenever you come on, bro, I can't wait for you. Whatever you're gonna say, dude, I just can't wait for it.
Heck yeah. It was like we can hold our breath, or we could just roll on until he's here.
Right. No. As far as the politician things go, I think you should run. I'm gonna ring it right back to you, dude, because
I feel like I've been running for governor, driving all over Montana.
I've been asking you some hard questions.
I can do 2,000 miles driving around the state in a week.
You answer some hard questions, Tom. These weren't easy questions, and I wasn't letting them go. I think that's what a lot of people want to hear from people who want to know things that are actually making motion. And if you're making motion in the ocean, we want to know why, right? Well, I heard your why, and I heard your exact reasoning, and I think it's a really fucking commendable mission, bro.
Well, I made a film called The Real Yellowstone, but I'm not trying to be like John Dutton and be the governor of Montana.
Come on now. Come on now.
I have a few ranchers going, hey, you know, I do joke quite often about I feel like I'm running for office traveling around Montana.
No,
and of course, a bunch of them are like, well, you should. I'm like, no.
We talked to politicians.
That was funny.
How we not?
So I did the film in Scotland. I'll just real quick on a side deal.
Yeah.
And so I dealt with all this stuff called. Yeah, so it's called The Last Keeper. It's on Amazon. You can watch it now. And it's about all this crazy shit there. And not too long ago, somebody on Facebook from Scotland goes, I nominate Tom to be the environmental minister of Scotland. He's the only person that makes sense.
Tom, I'm a Montanan and I'm an asshole and I'm not nice.
Yeah.
And I can tell you that I would vote for you, bro.
But Tyler, here's the deal, man. We got some big fish to fry. A lot bigger fish to fry.
Yeah.
And it's a thankless job to be and again, I get my hats off to all the people that run for office and stuff because it's a tough thing. It's a
nightmare.
Yeah, and you don't get paid anything, and it's a thing. I'd rather be the guy who's helping out people that really have their heart and their minds in the right place and helping them and getting them to be. Be the king, not the kingmaker, but kind of help them get to that next level.
Make some things happen.
But what I'm doing is I'm talking to the world. We're trying to create a movement.
Tom. Honestly, you're honestly doing it in the right way.
Yeah.
I am an asshole. I'll be the first to fucking tell you on the weekly bus. I am the one that will ask the very hard questions. I'm not going to let it go. And you know what? You answered the questions that I needed answered in a way that I expected you to answer because I didn't think you would have an answer for the question that I was asking specifically. I'm
not the only one.
There's no
1,000,000 other Montanans that have to help make.
There's no right answer for the question that I asked, Tom. Yeah. And that's to be fair with you. I'm going to be 1,000% with you. There's no right answer here.
So are you running for office too? Or are you going to be his campaign treasurer and his campaign manager?
He'd be
I'm going to be
amazing campaign manager if he ever would take that role.
This is the first time I've mentioned it here, but I'm actually just going to start building my acting portfolio.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So
that'll be awesome.
Go a whole different route. Or I'll be your solar consultant. You know what I mean? At the moment,
all the greatest actors started somewhere, my friend.
Hey, that's right.
So
and I looked it up the other day.
Schlepping dishes in the damn restaurant. So it's just
everybody wants to be Tony Montana.
Yeah,
but they don't remember that he washed dishes.
Yeah, that's facts.
He said,
that's facts.
I can't be fucking broke forever.
Oh, have you guys had Tim Montana on the show yet?
No, I did see he was in town though. I did see him post.
Yeah, he was down there.
I think the day after Justin Bieber.
I think he was in there with he replaced the mermaid. I saw. Boy, that was scary.
He got in the water?
Oh, he got in the water.
No
way.
Yeah. Dude.
And he was like, oh, wow. That's not the mermaids I used to see, but that could be a Montana mermaid. The chest hair was a little much, so.
I'm gonna have to go look that up. No, I seen he was outside. I didn't see.
Nugent introduced me to him, so I said, "Yeah, we should do a screening down at your club in Wise River." So
I'd like to get both those guys
out from ZZ Top.
Can I bring up Nugent? So. I don't want to bring it
up.
You bring up anything you want
to. I don't care.
Podcast, baby.
Yeah, you talk about
our podcast, and I want to know.
Yeah.
What's up with Nugent?
It's just a good dude. So he's trying to
met him along where? Which ways?
I've known him since I was a kid.
That's cool, man.
So stayed in touch with him over the years, and he's a big outdoorsman, big proponent of the outdoors. Always. And so at the end of the day, he's like, "Hey, this is a great film." He screened it.
I did some research. Actually, when me and you talked for the first time, I went and researched your ass first, and then I seen Ted, and I was like, "All right, I better research Ted a little bit." So I researched Ted, but I just wanted to know how your guys' connection.
No, he's
just a friend,
of the family. Yep,
that's cool, man.
So
and he loves what you're doing, so that's a win.
Yeah, you know what? And he's got a big audience. He's a lightning rod, right?
He's a lightning rod, absolutely.
But he's got people in music. He's got people in the outdoors. He's got people in hunting. He's got the farmers and ranchers.
He's a networking machine.
Yeah, I mean, he's constantly creating content all the time because you know what? We ain't getting any younger in this world, and he's been around for a while. And I think
smart.
Yeah, I think he wants to make sure that the next generation can keep pushing some of the things that I think that are important to him.
Well, which
is leaving the planet better than we found it, right? I mean, we want our great grandchildren.
I think that's all of us, bro. Yeah. I think that's all of us, bro.
Well, it's inherent in us.
John Barnes, thanks for coming to the stream.
I really appreciate you taking the time.
Yeah. Well,
I think your story's great. I think your fucking documentary is really good, by the way.
Thank you. And everybody's
filmed really well.
People got to go watch these things, and they got to talk about them. They got to share.
You said you're screening here in Great Falls again?
No. Tonight was the only night.
That was it.
So
after
we're doing.
It goes public.
Yeah. Well, we're going to go the 15th. So next Friday, we're going to be digital cinema event on shepherdswildlife.org.
Yeah.
You got
so go ahead and say that again. Break it down exactly.
So on the 15th. for 30 days only. You can watch the film. You can stream it on any device. You buy a digital cinema ticket. That is our fundraiser for our nonprofit. So we need to sell hopefully tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of tickets. But that allows us to keep doing what we're doing here. It gives us generates the revenue.
It's a mission worth
so
saving.
that we can keep making films. And my next film is about Black American sportsmen.
Really?
So let's face it.
Hey, dude, you had some fucking cool ass fucking documentaries that I didn't even know about.
Well,
I went to the
Killing
Lewis
the
Clark
Shepherd.
Center.
Yeah.
So for those who are gonna fucking tune in and watch this, check this out. So I showed up with a couple of people to the Lewis Clark Center a little beforehand. We got to watch the opening credits and shit, and it showed a couple of his other documentaries. You did one in Africa for sure.
Killing the Shepherd.
That was fucking looked amazing, by the way.
Amazon Video.
Yeah, and then Scotland.
We're also on Amazon Prime, by the way. I don't know if you know that, but we're also on Amazon Prime with Fight World Live.
Cool.
But no, I heard you say you're on Amazon Prime. That one specifically looks so good, bro. Like National Geographic shit, man.
Well, yeah, it's
He's big. He's like, well, yeah.
Okay,
I've been carrying a camera for a long time. I haven't learned an awful lot, but I'm certainly I'm
Well,
trying
it
all the
was
time.
good, bro.
But yeah, no, it was a pretty cool thing because that film actually won a bunch of cinematography.
No, it
awards
was great.
and film festivals, but not against documentaries, against narrative films.
Is that right?
So a narrative film is where they show up with
Yeah, sure, I know.
with a you got a whole lighting department. So when you're talking about cinematography, it's about the lighting and the look and all that stuff. And it's like when I was working on the film in Africa at the film festival,
It looked great,
They're
by
like,
the way.
"How big was your film crew?"
I asked the same thing.
Yeah,
I looked at him.
yeah.
I said, "Yo,
It's
dude,
like, how
where's
big is
the
your
set?"
film crew?
I said, "Where's
And
the
it's
set?"
like, so, but here's the answer. I said, well, I had a game scout, like a game
looked
ranger.
good, though, bro.
His name was Bright, and he had a wandering eye, and I teach him how to use my reflector. That was my crew.
Wow.
Yeah, flex film.
Hey, the fucking film looked good, bro.
Yeah,
bro.
well,
like
you know.
legit. No, the shots, the lighting, the interviews, the
Well,
one-on-ones looked fucking incredible.
Yeah,
dude.
well, we got some really good people. I got Matt Hartle over at Bake Studios who does the color correction and all
It
stuff.
looked really good.
And he lives over in Kalispell. He does an awesome job. So, but yeah, no, it's we've been really blessed. Had some really cool stuff and great light, and Mother Nature and God does all kinds of things for
Fucking
us.
A.
So, I just happen to be in the right place at the right time. That's all.
Incredible guest.
Yeah.
Incredible.
But then,
guest.
the Scotland film, can't forget that. The Last Keeper.
Nope.
That came out last year. It's on Amazon
So,
too. And
Killing of the Shepherd.
Killing the Shepherd.
The
Killing
last
of the Shepherd.
Killing the Shepherd.
Killing the Shepherd.
Last Keeper.
Last Keeper and the Real Yellowstone.
Real Yellowstone.
So
Last Keeper, I'm watching
30.
tonight.
So September 15th ish. It'll be on Amazon, or how are we doing that?
No, I'm kind of keeping this one close to my chest here.
Hey, keep the funds coming, right?
Yeah, well,
Let's-
we're gonna keep. We've got people calling from all over the country, all
As
over the
you
world
should.
on the
What in a
screen.
documentary.
So I think again, it's about building up that grassroots energy. So we're gonna be running this thing through the fall, and we've got some pretty serious folks pitching us to Netflix.
Yeah.
So we'll kind of see what
We
goes
have
on,
some people in Netflix around there, so maybe we can help.
Well, we've got a guy that's one of the
We're
top
not
producers in
dope
Hollywood.
or anything, but we know somebody that knows somebody. You know what I'm
No,
saying?
I appreciate it. We'll just see what happens, but it'll eventually end up on some. I can get on Amazon's easy, right?
Right.
But the problem with it,
Yeah,
Amazon, if they're not paying to buy it, then they're not promoting it. You got to promote it.
That's the viciousness of it.
Which the thing is what we're doing right now with the tours. Excuse me. It creates a lot of interest.
Yeah.
So people will watch it because there's those barriers, right? So if it's easy, if you turn the channel on, it's on. It's great.
Get him a water. He needs water.
No, I'm fine right now. But you go ahead and do that. Or if you get into Netflix, they actually pay a licensing fee. And because they've got money involved in it, they put some backing behind it and they put you in the algorithms right. So the shit shows up all the time.
Yeah.
And that's when you start getting, hundreds of thousands, millions of people watching things.
Right.
And that's when you really start to move the needle. And that's when we start reaching those city folks.
I think you will, bro.
Yes.
I honestly think your documentary is going to get picked up. If not by National Geographic or Discovery or somebody, it's such a good documentary that it's going to get bought.
Well, we'll see what happens.
You chose the right name, also.
It's pretty
Totally.
pretty
Yeah.
provocative.
Right.
There's no TV shows called The Real Yellowstone. There are no movies. There's
Motherfucker,
no books.
and you know what?
So-
You did it proper.
So,
You know what? As a person that says The Real Yellowstone, Montanans are going to watch it and be like, all right, we'll check you out, motherfucker.
yeah.
And if
Well,
you
yeah.
ain't representing us, But you did a really good job.
Oh, appreciate it.
You did a good job.
So, but yeah, so we'll get a digital cinema event. It'll be starting on August 15th. It'll go through September 15th. The only place you can watch is shepherdsofwildlife.org. And like I said, that's our fundraiser. We're a nonprofit, and we appreciate everybody helping us out.
I think that was an excellent guess, dude. If you guys didn't enjoy this episode, right? You guys are all hoes.
Shepherdsofwildlife.org. Oh, I was just going to put that in the comments for people.
I'm just going to tell them they're all hoes if they didn't enjoy that episode. Because this episode is
Will someone type that in the chat? Shepherdsofwildlife.org, please. Thank you.
All right.
Yes.
Is that a wrap?
Yeah, we got a wrap, buddy. All right, one more time. I just want them to see the trailer.
Outro videos.
The ranching community is the poorest set of millionaires you've ever met.
American Prairie Reserve takes away our future.
They wanted to buy our land, change our traditions, and disregard our communities.
Everybody knows that we're in the land acquisition business. We're very transparent about that.
A lot of ranches are barely hanging on.
Feels like a ticking time bomb that someday it's all going to catch.
The Real Yellowstone.
Hey, we are back real quick. Just by the way, Rap on the Rivers is coming up, so I got this for you.
Hey, honey, man, I'm fucking with the bus world, man. You already know what it is, man. Rap God, FG shit, man. We in the building. Yeah.
Mansion, baby, let's get naughty. Shake your body. Hey, little lady, don't you say maybe. You and I can leave right now.
Yeah.
So was that a stripper?
That was a dancer for.
That's Mickey.
That's
I think that's his. No. It's his assistant dancer.
I can guarantee you she's not from
girlfriend,
Montana.
boyfriend, bro.
She owns a strip club in actual Cali.
Their girlfriend, boyfriend.
No,
I thought that was his bitch.
No, go to her Instagram. It says Mickey's girl.
I was like,
their boyfriend, girlfriend.
That's what I guys.
Hell yeah! I mean, that's what.
Every post I see.
Come on, it's Mickey Avalon, bro. You think he cares?
Bro, how are you going to talk about Mickey or his bitch and not talk about her missing a fucking leg, dog? Dude!
That is facts. She's doing that all on a prosthetic.
That motherfucker danced her ass off with one leg. Bro.
And we didn't know until
we had no
4 or 5
idea
months
she
later.
had one leg.
With that being said, guys, I'm gonna play some outro videos. We're gonna get out of here. Thank you.
Shout out to Harvey Singh, baby.
Harvey Singh.
Hello. I was just driving by and noticed that you have a roof. And I just so happen to represent locally established roofing company here in the local area, Acme Roofing. And I'm just here to remind you that the best time to change your roof is when you don't need to change your roof, because if you wait to change your roof when you need to change your roof, it's probably because it's become damaged. And so if you get, I'll give you $50 if you let me put a sign in your yard.
That was amazing.
Protect your business with the experts at ASI. We specialize in fire alarm system design and installation, customized for your space. Our certified team handles inspection, testing, and maintenance, so you're always up to code. Need fully serviced fire extinguishers? We've got those too. And when seconds count, our panic alarm systems deliver fast, silent protection. Alert Services Incorporated. Reliable, responsive, and always ready. Call for a quote today.
Halftime Sports Bar, the best sports bar in town. Catch all of the action on our big screens, enjoy your favorite drinks, and savory mouthwatering tacos provided by Taco Tree. Feeling lucky? Head over to our casino with hot machines at Emerald City Casino, where the thrill never stops. And for a more laid-back vibe, check out Amigo Lounge, our sister establishment, offering a perfect blend of relaxation and fun, and food. Halftime Sports Bar, where sports, gaming, and great times come together. Your go-to destination for excitement in every quarter. Join us today and make every elevate your vaping and smoking experience with 20 Past 4, Montana's premier vape, water pipe, and accessory shop. Discover a world of possibilities at 5 convenient locations, 2 in Great Falls, 1 in Helena, 1 in Billings, and for our friends in Arizona, we've got you covered with a location in sunny Prescott. Our knowledgeable and friendly staff are ready to guide you through the latest trends, ensuring you to find the fit for your lifestyle. Plus, don't miss out on exciting promotions and discounts, making your shopping experience even better. 20 past 4, where quality meets satisfaction. Visit us today at one of our 5 convenient locations. With that, we are
the Weekly Buzz!